This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. What you just heard there was me having a little bit of fun over a chord sequence from a Huey Lewis and the News song from 1984 called If This Is It, in case you sort of recognise it or it sounded vaguely familiar. And the reason I was doing that is because today is Wednesday and we're doing, as we always do on a Wednesday, a viewer's question-based video. And the question in question this week came from a friend of mine who's also a student called Edwin, who's in the Netherlands. I'm not going to show you the email because it was the question was just part of a longer email and I basically don't want to be reading out the whole email. So basically Edwin was asking how you play over a complex chord sequence like the one in that song. It's kind of a sobering thought to realise that that was just kind of a top 40 pop hit really back in the 80s, and it's the sort of quality of the songwriting and the complexity of the chord changes is a bit of an indicator of how far things have in my opinion gone downhill since then, but that's a whole other video to have a rant about. Maybe I'll do that some point. So how to play over the complex chord changes in that song. Well, here's a bit of an explanation of how I see things like this.
Here is the explanation.
Okay, nice little chord sequence. It's basically two chord sequences. We've got the top one there, which is G, B minor 7, D minor 7, E, and then that walk up, A minor, G over B, C, and then D. That goes like this. And then the second one, we have E flat major 7 to F over E flat, effectively, and F7 with the E flat, with the 7th in the bass, the E flat. Then G over D to C over D, twice through that. Then back to the E flat major 7 to the E flat, F over E flat, G over D to E minor, and then A minor 7, G over B, C, and then C over D. So that's going to go like this. 2, 3. Something like that anyway. So how do you play over this kind of thing? Well, what I usually do is I start grouping chords together where I can find common links between them. So, for instance, if I do this, all of those chords there, the G, the B minor 7, the A minor, G over B, C, D, or basically all the ones that are shaded in orange, they all come from the key of G major. So I can play the G major scale over those in any of its guises. You know, anywhere. Anywhere you can find a G major scale, you just kind of use G major scale licks over those sequences there, or you can kind of slim it down to pentatonic, you know, kind of. Which I probably did in a few places in the solo. So just knowing the key that those chords come from and where to find the relevant scale on the neck is basically the secret to it. What about that D minor 7 and E chord then? Well, those two chords I tend to view as coming from the key of A harmonic minor, which is has the notes of A, B, C, D, E, F and G sharp. So you and again, you know, all the different places you can find that on the neck. Like that, and you know, just making up. I think one of the licks I played over that was I played. Something like that, some kind of combination of those notes there, you know, but basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp and A over the D minor 7 and E chords. And then the for the E flat major 7 and F over E flat chords, basically those chords come from the E flat Lydian mode, which is essentially little more than just a B flat major scale, but kind of resolving to an E flat. So, you know, the B flat major scale goes B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. So if you just kind of think of playing those notes over this. Yeah, sorry, wrong note in that chord there. I'll do it with my fingers. Over those chords. I'm just basically playing a B flat major scale, which is when you put it against that little chord sequence there, which is you know, kind of anchored on an E flat type chord, it becomes the E flat Lydian mode, and that is essentially what was going on in the solo. That's how I view playing over a chord sequence like this, and you know, just group together the chords that belong together and just kind of treat that as your default. Like, I'm thinking of this whole thing really as being using the G major scale, but I know there's a couple of places where I just have to kind of you know, go on a little bit of a diversion for the A harmonic minor scale for that green bar in the top line, and the E flat Lydian mode for those blue sections in the in like the B section. And you know, just I can't really think that there's any other way to do it. You know, there certainly isn't one scale that's going to work over all of these chords because of the key changes involved. So it's a good excuse to get some scale practice in. Now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for the solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and that explanation you've just seen there up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways that are also linked down below. While I think about it, if you'd you'd like me to do a video specifically about the scales that I was talking about in that little explanation there, just let me know, and your wish will be my command. But that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful, informative, and possibly a little bit entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars for an hour or thereabouts. What a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.